So the article that we're going to be looking at is titled, "Is Eating an Egg a Day Okay for Heart Health? Latest research says it is," and it's from this website, healthline.com. The claim in the article is that researchers concluded that there's no link between the number of eggs a person eats and the cholesterol that ends up in their blood. So when you really look at the article and trace back where they're pulling the information from, it actually includes links that are embedded in the text that lead you directly to the original sources. So that was a nice feature. And some of the original sources, not all of them, just some of them. One was an article from the BMJ, which is a peer-reviewed medical trade journal. And that particular article outlines a study that suggested eating eggs did not appear to be associated with cardiovascular disease risk. So this particular study backs up the claim of the article. Another one of the original sources is pulled from research from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, which is a very credible source. And then there's also direct quotes, which are input from a Dr. Sanjeev Patel, who is an interventional cardiologist at Memorial Care Heart and Vascular Institute. And his input also backs up the claim in the article. So looking at the strengths and weaknesses of this particular article, it pulls from credible resources, that's one strength. It includes input from experts in the field, that's another strength. And then most of the reference studies within the article are from the past few years. I believe most of them were from 2020. There was a study reference that was from 2001, which is a weakness because that study has research in it that is not super current. And there was another study reference from 1982, but this study was only included to point out the limitations, which were the number of subjects that were studied. I believe it was only 900 and some change, so not a huge group that was studied. So that limitation was pointed out. However, that study from 1982 still supports the claim of the article. So when you look at the article versus the sources, the article lays out all the key information from the sources. It uses that information to strengthen the argument that eggs do not have a negative impact on heart health. And the source information from all the studies and the research is not manipulated or misquoted. And the article makes no attempts to misrepresent the findings of the studies. It just uses those findings to strengthen the claim from the research. So the conclusion is that this article, once you examine it and trace everything back to the original sources, it appears to be credible and it has valid evidence to back up the claims that are made in the text. So things to strengthen credibility are peer-reviewed sources, direct quotes from experts in the field, and current research. So when you have the opposite of those things, like outdated research, unqualified individuals speaking on a topic, and non-credible original sources, those are things to look out for when you're questioning the credibility of a news source. And here are my references.